And on that bombshell...
What is it sharing?
Oh god, where the hell am I going? This way, I guess? I'm completely turned around. That's so disorienting. That's so disorienting. You see what that says? Now, picture the face buttons on a controller, okay? What that means is hit the right one and the top one. And so every time I see that, there has to be this moment of, hold on, what does that want me to hit?
Gives them access to everything Kree locked down. Look at that.
I used to actually have a mod, actually it was a custom bit of software that fixed that. that reinterpreted it correctly so that it would actually say, instead of whatever it said, it would say A and X. I was like, aha, there we go. And I would just be able to hit it and not have to have that mental moment of what's the correct button input. Then that software decided to start, I think I told you guys about this. They were like, oh, yeah, hey, so you have an infinite license, of course, because you bought a lifetime subscription. But you have to update now because it's doing a check-in in order to be able to operate. Oh, and the updated version isn't covered by a license. You're going to have to buy it again and then subscribe every month to it. So I uninstalled it. No. Oh god, what are these buttons? What do you want me to hit? There we go. Okay. Oh, it was a straight up scam. It was 100% a scam.
How about we do it different? Do you want it orange?
It wasn't just me they were hitting with that scam, too.
The one next to red.
Yeah, it's actual theft. I thought about trying to pirate it. Because, you know, if purchasing isn't ownership and all that. But then I decided I didn't care.
What a mess. Leaking pipes, exposed wires, a recipe for disaster. I guess this will need reporting in. Then documenting, noting, logging. Lot of bureaucracy. Perfect job for a B1.
Maintenance path should get us topside, I think.
What's really sad is I've only had the software for like 5 years, 6, something like that. I mean, it is a decent chunk of change, and for all intents and purposes, I got my money's worth out of it. But, that's not long for a lifetime sub. Alright, girls. Your 10 minutes is up, okay? Now, you were not quiet, which means you do not get the extra candy.
Okay.
But you still get one. Do you still want one?
Okay, we'll be quiet.
No. You're leaving now. That was the deal. But
We usually get 2.
you have been very loud, which is why you only get one. Finish really quick, okay? Also, your shirt's on backwards, just so you know. Not you.
I want it that way because it's comfortable.
Okay. Now, baby bear. What candy would you like?
Cherry.
Okay.
As usual, I always want some cherry.
I'm glad you like these, because you and Mama, actually, are the only ones who do.
He likes them too.
No, she doesn't. At least she never picks them.
Yeah. Probably because he barely tried them.
Yeah, probably.
There's too many trees.
Why are there so many trees?
It's a double door. Double door.
Did you finish building it? Alright, you gotta get the band-aid on. That's extremely important. I don't think you can band-aid the butterfly. Oh, I am wrong. You can. Consider me wrong.
There. We need the button
On the tree, very much.
we need it somewhere that it will blend in.
We'll put it on the tree then. I'll put it on the flag.
Yeah. You can put the moon up in the sky. It's night time!
Alright. That's enough, baby. Can I take a picture of it, though?
Yes. The double door will help for hand.
There we go. I got a picture of it.
Don't want to draw it.
No. What one candy do you want? You want the orange? You want the orange, don't you? Would you like an orange candy? That sounds like a yes. No!
Right on the chair.
I almost sat on the candy. No! You're crushing me with your incredible power. Why are you so powerful?
This is almost broken.
Yep. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
What happened?
So, long story short, there was a spider. And then water got on my other keyboard.
Oh.
Now,
Can we have two of them?
no, you only get one.
Ah.
But make sure to don't forget your phone. It's right there. There you go. Now be good, or else. Mwah! Mwah! Oh, I miss Cherry Coke, actually. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you drink it? Because they don't make a Cherry Coke without caffeine in it. In fact, they don't make most sodas without caffeine in it. There's not a lot of options there. At least not where around I am. And you are so casual. I don't think I have a preferred candy. Like, if you put a gun to my head, I probably could come up with a preferred thing.
You're done for, Jedi. You can't escape this place.
Yeah, I know exactly, Blue Wolf Alex. It's just okay. I think. Anyways. A lot of droid parts around here.
Look at this.
Oh, yep, okay. Let's try that again. You heard him. No Jedi can outsmart a B-1 droid.
Could use a little help, BD.
He's getting away.
An interesting question. How many droids do you think Anakin has killed in his career? Thousands? Tens of thousands? Do ships count? Let's go with yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, let's count the ones in ships. Let's count the ones on bases.
No way of getting through.
It's like how our STO character is a multi-tens of thousands mass murderer because of the hundreds and hundreds of ships we blow up in that game.
Now, if I just... There. Sorry, old droid, but I promise you're gonna live on.
How did it do it, Blue Fox, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, again, the whole point I'm trying to reach is there's a decent chance Anakin has, even if we just count directly, killed hundreds of thousands of droids. If we count indirectly, oh, it's...
Glory in combat. Thrusting! I won't break!
And he broke.
Heart in. Damage persists.
I mean, Palpatine is probably the person with the biggest kill count in all of Star Wars. But if anyone's coming close, it's Anakin.
Bode?
Or Tarkin.
Must be out of range. Or
Oh no, is this when Bode finally inevitably betrays us?
I'm sure he's okay. But for now, we have to go it alone.
We don't talk about Vitier, who, as a reminder, actually ate a planet. Or Nihilus, who also ate a planet. Just the whole planet. Just... Uh-oh, we've entered another silent spot. I mean, the thing is, so, I'm being a little dismissive, because I have to sneeze. No, that makes sense, Will Ellis. No, for real, hear me out for just a sec. The planet Nihilus blew up that we know of had at least one settlement on it. And this is Star Wars, where planets can basically be towns. It's technically a bad thing, but it's still true. In other words, how many people did Nihilus really kill? Thousands? Yeah, millions? Maybe. Same kind of problem with Vitier. He ate his planet. How many people lived on his planet? Tarkin blew up Alderaan, which is an old world core world. There were a lot of people on Alderaan. There's like no arguing around this. There's no debating around it. Alderaan had a fairly large population of billions. So, yeah. Tarkin probably wins. Other than, you know, Palpatine, who obviously wins.
Maybe we can get to that turbo lift now.
I wouldn't put Grievous that high on the list. Not really.
Let's stop.
Not compared to the big boys. That's what Star Wars has become. We're discussing kill counts. Dude, that guy's story is awesome, Maverick. I'm sorry, I don't care. Favorite side story in all of Star Wars was the dude who pulled the lever. I don't even know if he has a name. I don't care if he has a name. I love the idea that there's just fog in here. Because remember, this thing crashed on a swamp. $360 trillion. Okay. That might as well be a thing, I guess. Oh god, yeah, you're probably right, Mockingbirds. I think you're right, Bluff Alex. My opinion on New Hope has actually warmed over the years.
But sending a droid instead of facing me yourself, such cowardice.
A small price to pay for her sparing your life.
Tell me, did the Jedi's death satisfy you?
He escaped.
All those years of incarceration dull your edge.
Sharp enough to see the Jedi might be your equal.
Say it again and I'll cut out your tongue.
It'll grow back.
Hmm.
Dagon, listen. The Jedi is a threat.
Not now that we have this.
I already duplicated the device's frequencies. We can now access any site she sealed.
Well done, Ravis. You, activate the forest array.
Is this a good time to mention that this is Dagon's second scene? Second.
Go to the Shattered Moon. I know where Centauri hid the last compass.
Dagon. After you have it, I will consider my oath to you fulfilled.
What then, old friend?
The galaxy has changed.
Cape physics.
There are many wars, but little honor to be won from them.
Once we are on Tanalorr, perhaps we can dream up a new war. You and I.
Perhaps. Before I go, do you want me to scrap the droid?
No. Centauri must have purged the droid's memory bank. Has no knowledge of the compass. I will tear it down to the bolts and reprogram it to serve me as it once served her.
Yes, Ravis is already more interesting of a character. And he hasn't had that many more scenes. In fact, if I could talk about something. I talk a lot about screen time for characters. Because one of the cheat codes in fiction, a pro tip for anybody who's writing out there, is the more screen time you give a character, the more you have chance for them to breathe and develop, and for the audience to care about them, whether negatively or positively, right? But the thing is, it's not 100% true, because there's this weird asterisk, where if you really precisely use your scenes, even though they have very little screen time, they work very well. I can name a lot of examples of this across fiction, but my personal favorite example is Darth freaking Vader, who, as I love to recite, only has, like, 15 minutes of screen time in A New Hope? It is not a lot. And it's stretched, there's not a lot of individual scenes for him, too. And yet he's Darth Vader, very memorable. Well, it's 12 minutes. It's not a lot, is the point. I could also point to Emmett Selk, who, in the space of one scene in Shadowbringers, establishes himself so well. That was actually his second scene tonally. He had one scene before that. But still, his second scene in Shadowbringers is just, oh, okay. And all of a sudden we care about this guy way more. Yeah, how we introduced Luthen over in Andor is another excellent example of this. Silco is another good one over in Arcane. The point being, it is possible... I know, right, Blue Folks? It is possible to use your time very, very well. Because, to go back to FF14, for example... oh god, I can't even think of her name. What's the main character of ARR? I can't think of her name. I really can't. I'm not joking. Minfilia, thank you, has way more screen time than anybody else across ARR by a huge margin. Actually, I've done the numbers at this point, and she's a nothing burger, right? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing there. She might as well be a blank piece of cardboard for all of the presence she has in the story. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit unpause. Minfilia is great, totally unrelated. But Minfilia is just there, and that's my point. Screen time is not a guarantee of success. In fact, to really make my point here, my favorite character back in Jedi Fallen Order was Trilla. Trilla did not have that many scenes, but every single one was poetry. You could tell that the most care and effort was put into the voice acting, voice direction, visual stylizing, camera usage, animation, writing, dialogue, etc. of each of her scenes. Every single one of them were the selling points of the whole game. Probably helped by the fact that Trilla was quite literally our antithesis. She was the dark mirror of the character we were playing. What could, and probably should, have happened to us. But you get my point, right? And indeed, to continue making my point here, exactly as it is, to continue making my point here, while Dagon continues to be a blank piece of cardboard, Ravis hasn't had that many more scenes, and yet they have done substantially more with him in that time. Did you catch the part? It's my favorite bit with Ravis so far. And the actor sells it. DC Douglas, by the way, if you didn't catch the voice there. Ravis is like, he's there and he's like, you sold us a fake, and this sucks. And at first he sounds like he's just typical mob boss, right? Just, And then we walk in and absolutely trash the mini-boss that he sicks on us. And he's like... And there's like a solid 6 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but solid 6 seconds, him just looking at us like, okay. His tone changes. His body language changes. Honored Jedi, if you will allow it, I will leave in peace. And that says so much right there. Because he wasn't lying. He meant every word of that. Like, and you're just like, okay. So there's something here other than the big, scary mob boss. Yeah, noble Jedi Knight, lower your weapon and I shall leave in peace. Great line. We do, and he does. He actually meant it. There's some depth there. Depth conveyed and depth implied. We even saw it just now. Once I have done getting you this thing, our debt is owed. Then what? There's a lot of wars and no honor in them. Maybe we'll make a new war. And Gravis' only reaction to that is, maybe. Yeah, we probably should have killed him on the spot, but you know Cal isn't going to do something like that. No, Dagon is just... That's another thing, by the way, another thing. Dagon has no connection to us. Not even thematically. Going back to Trilla for a second. Trilla, once again, was our dark mirror. She's what we could have become. Dagon's some freak from the past who won't stop crushing. By contrast, Ravis already has multiple connecting threads to Cal. So we already have personal interest in him. Sorry, that is to say, Cal already has personal interest in him as a character. Dagon's there. Sorry to keep banging on about this point. It's just kind of interesting how much they have both succeeded and failed at this exact same point here. Ravis joining the crew instead of Bode. Now that is an interesting idea. Yeah, exactly. He's a dog chasing the car, and it's like, okay, that can work. Any villain type can work. Yeah, I can tell you exactly what they're going for, too. I can. Check this out. Oh, God. Voice actor's the only good thing about this game. Hang on one second. I just got a sub from Vancini. Whoops, that's not my notes. From Vancini. Here we go. I will put that towards either's choice. Thank you, Vancini, very much. So Dagon's supposed to be our dark mirror. I know I just said he has no connection to us, but that's because I think they failed miserably at it. Dagon is supposed to... The game has been trying to convey that Cal is obsessed with fighting the Empire, which, by the way, is kind of a weird character arc, and also we've seen it before. His name is Saw Gerrera. But anyways, so he's like, I'm obsessed with fighting the Empire. You gotta do the pose. Very important. It's like left arm out. And then Dagon is obsessed with finding this stupid planet. And that's it. That's as far as they go. And that's the problem. Yeah, exactly, Pillars of Snow. This is such a COVID game, and I do kind of mean that as an insult. Because you can really tell that they didn't have the time and effort necessary to polish everything. Because some of the stuff, I've talked about this all the time, some of the stuff, both in the gameplay and the story axis, is actually really polished in this game. Like, really polished. For example, the different stances and kit that they give with you is freaking awesome. Legitimately. Like, I haven't given as many positives yet as I'm going to, because I'm going to have to think about how many positives it is. But by contrast, like, some of the characters are just, well, we already wrote this guy. He's already part of the story, and he's necessary for Tanalorr, so we need him to be there. Okay, hang on, I got it. And then he's there. Yeah, we gotta get that High Republic tie-in. No, okay, this is really strange. Speaking of things that aren't just polished, which is strange because they're also more polished. No, seriously, like, the platforming is both better and worse than the first game. It's very strange. On the one hand, it's better because there's more of it, and it's better designed, and you've got more traversal kit, and it's more fun to jump around. But on the other hand, it is way jankier. Someone mentioned something, I think it was actually Plutonia, earlier, either today or yesterday. And the comment boiled down to, there's too much of the guided navigation, and that's the issue. And I agree completely. If they had let this be more open-ended than it is, I think this would pop. But the problem is, they kind of want it to be Uncharted-y. It's not full Uncharted, but they definitely are leaning in that direction, right? This is your guided path, this is where you're supposed to go. And anytime you do anything even remotely off of the guided path, it immediately starts breaking apart. Now, that can still lead to some fun, interesting sequences, which I have enjoyed a great deal and are well designed. Because again, the traversal and the level design have actually been pretty solid. But you can see why it kind of falls in the face of the Metroidvania exploration aspect and the open world aspect in the two zones that have that. More polished and less. I was actually going to ask, sorry, so I meant to get into that. Malachor got there before me. Does Dagon appear in the High Republic? The answer is apparently no. See, like, stuff like that, that was just an optional little thing to get me a Prioritize shard. That was fun. It was simple. There was a couple of precision things I had to do at the end there, and I almost screwed it up, but that was cool. I'm with that. Awesome. And then there was me trying to get up the basic path earlier, and me getting jitters, and the game wigging out on the moving platforms. And yeah, like, yeah, the kill plane thing here, watch this. Watch this. Okay, that looks like it just started there, so it wasn't actually fully there. You've seen it happen. This is ironically not a great place to show this off, but if you've ever seen me drop down to a place that clearly looks like I could survive the fall, and the screen kind of gets that black edges, showing that I'm approaching the kill plane, and then in some cases I hit the kill plane and I just die, that shows you that they weren't thinking about all the pieces all as one cohesive unit when they were designing the game. Ain't that the truth, von Falkenstein? You see that interview from the recent... It's a very recent interview about the guy who greenlit Kingdom Hearts, who doesn't even remember doing so. I mean, of course it was Eisner. Prick. Him, not you, obviously.
Dagon could be anywhere. Ready, BD? If you're ready, I'm ready.
Favorite style French fry. So, in my experience, steak fries are much harder to do well, but have a higher ceiling of quality. Like, really good steak fries are incomparable. But most steak fries just suck. So I would still go with good steak fries as probably my personal favorite. After that, waffle fries, probably. And after that, probably curly. And then finally, usuals.
All right, Z. Let's get you out of there.
Do hurry, Cal. He's going to reprogram me.
That droid is mine.
I suppose I'll rescue myself.
I got your hand free.
Ravis. How?
The usual. You murdered your fellow Jedi.
I struck down those who stood against me. Leave us or share their fate?
Even if you believe the Council betrayed you, they were still your family.
How arrogant. That you would presume to know what drives me?
What I can see is your obsession with Tanalor has blinded you. Whatever happened, you can't change the past. Trust me on that one.
Perhaps you're right. The past is a chain. I must sever it completely.
You get my point.
Tuner is mine. The droid is mine. Tanalor is mine.
Like, and, honestly,
Master Creature have left you in that tank to rot!
no, I stand by my overall judgment. I think they just didn't have the time to polish Dagon's scenes. That's it. So he is just not as good of a character. Oh, goody. I'm sorry for talking over that, because Z just had a great line I just talked over, and I apologize for that. What happened was Cal said, "Hang in there, Z." And Z said, "That was the plan."
Scared. I pity you.
If you can't tell, she's dangling by the cable over there.
Cross me again.
Okay.
Weak.
Yeah, sorry, I've been teaching with Count Dooku.
Trivial.
It does feel like he has the exact same amount of health as last time, although... less stamina? That might just be me. And the inclusion of the... blaster stance.
Pathetic. Tanalor is mine, and I will strike down anyone who stands in my way.
Yeah, extra reach probably doesn't hurt anything.
I sense your fear. You wretch! Does it hurt? I don't think so. waste of my time.
Hey, back to breath.
That's how you quip. Timing was wrong, but you know what? I'll give it.
So, this is the guy you told me about.
Yeah. He's as friendly as ever.
You've delayed me long enough.
Yeah, the one and only thing I like about Dagon is his animation. The way he force fights with a limb that's not there anymore just makes a lot of sense, you know?
You're not getting away that easy.
Thanks.
Two warriors at the height of their powers, bound in brotherhood.
Z.
This is the stuff of legends.
Z.
Z.
I got her. Meet you up there.
What? They teleported! So you notice how that was a much better fight than the last one. He had more moves, which is important, because remember, one of the big problems with the last fight was that he was boring. He had about the same health, but substantially less stamina. Speaking of, now that we're past the boss, you probably noticed I actually turned the difficulty up for the boss. Let's turn it back down for the trash, because I don't care. It is also possible I just got better, because I've been playing this game for however many hours now. I mean, the problem, Malachor, is that I disagree with you. Or perhaps more accurately, I disagree with the writer. Informed attribute is the name of the trope. It's when the game tells me this person's awesome and doesn't, like, earn it. Yeah, exactly, Pillars of Snow. Like, that was actually an actually good boss fight. Dragon 2. Jot down my thoughts before I lose them here. I mean, you saw how Cal is trying to reach out to him. There's a pretty good chance that Cal is not in the interest of killing him. If he was interested in killing him, he probably could. Frankly. And yeah, again, Dagon's just such a failed character. It's weird. Especially when you consider how many side characters are just kind of awesome in this game. Like, everyone points to the Scottish crab. But we have so many interesting and diverse characters in this game. Even ones who only show up for one or two scenes. Oh, excuse me, Slug. He keeps calling himself a crab. I sort of assumed that he was one. I can't quite tell. The graphics aren't very clear. Yeah, no, exactly, Mad Overlord. It's kind of a weird choice for your principal villain. This is an old kind of a creaky. This is a 14-year-old keyboard. It's a little creaky. I mean, it's still a functional keyboard. The only key that doesn't work with precision is S. Now, I use S a lot, but still, one key not doing great is pretty good. Pretty good.
Come on, Z. Let's keep moving.
Perhaps that's wise. Dagger Garrett is positively mad. He kept going on and on about some compass.
Your master created them to navigate the abyss.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
She purged that knowledge from your memory.
That would explain it. Well, Dagon is certain that she left a compass for him to find.
Let's hope so.
Dagon sent Ravis to check out another array on the moon. Maybe we'll find it there.
Back to the moon. Great.
Oh, Master Kree, why did you send me to free that traitor?
People are complicated. Maybe she thought the Order got it wrong.
If only we could ask her. Please let us leave this dreadful
Place. I'm ready, but let us know. What is it?
Safest way out of here.
Sure about?
Oh, that. Yeah, I know about that.
Okay then.
You seem nervous. I'm going with him.
Hop aboard, Z. See you at the outpost.
Yep, I'm coming. I hate these things.
Yeah, let's not talk about the trauma. Or the camera angle.
Knew it.
Breathe. Breathe, cow. Notice how that was also a loading screen. That's why they didn't show us the window. Because there's nothing outside the window. No, yeah, being a fellow PTSD survivor, can confirm.
Remind me to never do that again.
Also, like, evacuation pods in general aren't supposed to be luxury yachts. They're supposed to be emergency evacuation pods. So it kind of makes sense, as horrible as that sounds.
Maybe the forest array powers something on the moon. It's a guess. But if Ravis is on his way there, that's where we need to be too.
So, got it. Go to moon. You actually already said that, but sure.
How much do you think this is worth?
Nothing's worth crossing the Raiders. Now move.
What game was it? Yeah, exactly. Survival is sufficient. It is you, as they say. Oh, it's timed. It's timed. Of course it's timed. We were covering a game recently. I don't remember which one, forgive me. Where someone had been given a gift that was also kind of a trap. And I related it to, well, Star Wars, actually. Being gifted a Star Destroyer. Because congratulations, you've just been given a very expensive ship that you can barely operate. Anyway, so the Lucre Hulk, right? Imagine finding an intact and functional Lucre Hulk, and it's like, well, that is simultaneously invaluable and worthless. Sounds like a story idea, though. Telling you, management sim. Crash Lucre Hulk. We can make it happen. No, exactly, Dakota. Where am I going? I mean, other than to hell, apparently. Or did you want me to go on this thing? You did, didn't you? You like I can only grapple certain spots of this? I can't just grapple the cable. So anyways, so yeah, we just inhaled tar. Actually, yeah, Zar. Hello, Elizar. I'm not a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes, no, but I don't hate it. It exists. Maybe. Which Sherlock Holmes? Exactly.
What is this?
Yeah, I saw that, Mockingbirds. I'm not even sure that was deliberate or just a byproduct of the physics. And you don't want to turn the gift down. The king gave you that gift. And it's an incredibly valuable gift. You know how hard it is to get elephants?
To allow for wisdom to spring forth. Yet the galaxy is seldom static. Motion, however, can provide clarity. Let truth flow like a river and carve new channels around any obstacle. I know with total certainty they did. We even have some of the spec scripts they threw together for it. So, yeah, absolutely. That is blinding. There it is. I don't use this mechanic often, so... Probably Mr. Ed. Remember, ESO is looming. And ESO is going to set me back a bit. Although, amusingly, once we're past ESO, we are once again past a lot of that nonsense. Because the FF14 stream isn't until November, and honestly was going to happen anyways. That's been funded for months.
We'll have to find another way around.
Good evening, Huthor. We were just talking about how awesome it is. Let's see, what's something Huthor hates? That continuity exists! I would say that Robert Downey Jr. is probably a superior actor overall. I also have to admit, he deserves a decent amount of credit for having, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can, completely destroying his life and then turning that around.
Never thought I'd feel this.
What is it?
Missing Coruscant, the temple, my cramped room.
I know how you feel.
All right, let's not understate this. Robert Downey Jr. destroyed his life. Most people don't come back from that. Okay, so water's the interrupter. That's what I thought. Yes, ESO... Guild Wars 1 doesn't really count, but ESO is the last new MMO we're covering. That's it, that's all. Of course not, Von Falkenstein. But we're not going to, are we? Yeah, Guild Wars 3 is kind of an asterisk there. It just got announced, and so we'll see. That's a big we'll see. Not many of us have had our lives destroyed, but I should shut up. Yeah, do it, Huthor. Hit me. Or else. I wonder. Sorry, was he a good actor before the drugs and crap? Would you believe I don't really know his acting career before that well? Oops, wrong way. Hang on, I just had the most perfect idea. Give me a second.
I bet Z can get the data off this disk.
Okay. Let me guess. Yep. I should mention I wasn't impressed with Shirtless Dude either. Point in fact, I don't even remember his name. Evil McEvil Face. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I like how we got Malagos, Malakos, Malikos, and Malakos. 4 separate spellings of the same name in a row. There's something kind of impressive about that. That's not a dig.
He cannot defy the council.
Dagon Gera feels he must do what is right.
Master Rancessus won't allow it.
Like, seriously? It's Malikos with a C. Everyone got it wrong. No! Telling you, not very memorable in any way. Do it, Czar. We may never review those games. You might as well ask me right now. Do it. Do it. Do it! Palpatine quote. Don't you mean Sidious? No! I will literally never call him that. Alright. See, I disagree with that on both points, Huthor. I think Trillo was a much better fight. My favorite fight in that game, actually. Took me a hot minute my first time when I was on hard. That does nothing. I have seen The Great Mouse Detective. I don't want to speak ill of it, but I had a weird phenomenon where a bunch of people were praising it and talking about it. I was like, I should rewatch that film. So I went back and rewatched it. This is like 10 years ago now. I wasn't as fond of it. What changed? Nothing. I mean, you could say I changed. It's not an invalid sentence. Some stuff ages well. Some stuff was good because it was good then and it's good now. Some stuff we enjoyed then because of our own little reasons, of which we had many. Maybe we have a personal memory of it. Maybe we were just interested in one specific thing. Mockingbird's mentioned that she really liked Episode 2. You know why? Because of all the action. That's valid. Doesn't make Episode 2 a good film. Not everything ages well. It's actually kind of a rare treat, I suppose is the word I would use, when something does age well, when something really is that good years later. That's what I thought. Yeah, Balance of Terror is an episode that came out in the 60s. That episode has aged quite well, despite its issues. Of which it has many. I mean, again, I told you guys this story earlier today. The first story I ever enjoyed was Final Fantasy IV. I was 10 by then. So everything before that I only enjoyed for the gameplay axis. That's also when Empire shifted to being my favorite film. Of the Star Wars films, obviously. Although it might be my favorite film ever. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a knockout brawl between, I suppose, Return of the King, Undiscovered Country, and Empire Strikes Back. Those three are probably the ones in the running. So I can carry it over here again if I need to. But is there any point to it? Looks like there actually is, because then I could carry it over here and over there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, okay. If I was going to adjust... Yeah, Return is probably going to win on score, Mr. Red. Return of the King is silly. If I had to write a story for Force Unleashed 2, I would go full ham. Not even holding back anything at all. You are playing Starkiller. Your first boss you fight in the whole game is Luke Skywalker, who you then brutally murder. You then chipper shred your way through an entire series of Alliance troops, and the final boss is Mon Mothma, who's just standing there. And she's like, no, please! And then she's dead. You have done well, my young apprentice, but now we must hunt down the dissidents. And then, like, you have a series of missions. You have to go and, like, wipe out Han, Chewie, and a bunch of other side characters, like Londa's there. And then you have to go to the second mission, and the second mission is, like, proving that you can defeat Maul or something like that. And the third mission is killing Vader, and then Palpatine, and being like, wah, ha, 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 ha. And then, like, have the final shot be you just kind of lounging, you know, Conan the Barbarian style on a pile of bones. Maybe not that last part, but definitely everything else I just said. What I'm trying to say is, if you're going to try and make a story about a character like that, don't hold back. Just go ham. There's no serious storytelling there, just to be really blunt about it. So don't even try. You're going to diminish the work as a whole by attempting something that really shouldn't work. Hang on. Gotta find a connecting point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I found one. I think? Nope, I didn't. Hang on. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Well, I got this here. Can I go up this? Looks like it's looking like no. What over here? I can go over here. Oh, jeez, I need to jump down. Jump down. Nope, stop, stop, stop. Ah. Quick, quick, before the fire goes away. No, no. Okay, I got it. Okay, okay. That's just. I have not, Javez. What is it? What fun stuff has he come up with for that? I don't know how to get it over there. And there's no connecting point. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, fun fact, my first exposure to Force Unleashed 2 was the DLC. It's the first thing I ever saw was him killing Han and Chewie. Can I make it over here? Nope, water's in the way. Water's in the way on both sides, actually. Damn. Got all the way here and I got nothing. That sucks. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think there's any serious storytelling you could do with Starkiller. Now, if you're offering me a few dozen $1 million... Yeah, honestly, Pumpernickel, I already don't care. I can already kind of feel how irritating this is going to be. Just the fact that there's a timer on the goop is irritating. You've got to be kidding me. Yep, no, okay. This is gonna be irritating. So if you, again, couple millions, sure. So, okay. The whole point is to play this ridiculously overpowered Force user. That's the core premise which we will stick with. Sure. Okay. Here's the basic idea. He's barely a person. To the point where he is more or less literally a silent protagonist. Cannot talk, cannot reason, Palpatine and or Vader are trying to use him to turn him into something. I went the wrong way, didn't I? I did. Are trying to use him as a walking bomb. By the end of the story, you explode. Metaphorically or literally. Both work. And at that point are no longer an issue and therefore can not interrupt canon. Come on. Come on. That's it. I don't have any real interest in that story, so I'd have to really work on it to make something that isn't garbage, but yeah, that's what I got. Get out of the mode, get out of the mode. Get back to the mode, get back to the mode, get back to the mode. This is some jank, by the way. I don't know if you've even noticed, but because of how weird our movement is, it's just creating blotches, so I have to do this weird kind of back and forthy thing just to make sure it doesn't end prematurely. Like I have already done several times. Okay, we're done. But yeah, no, exactly. Big ol' false flags and all. Like, it would be a mission-based story, and it would primarily be about... I don't know, like, what I would probably do is I would sit down, think about some of the big disasters or tragedies or massacres that occur in Star Wars history. And then just have, you know, Starkiller be the actual cause of it. Just releasing this Force bomb on the spot, who just absolutely obliterates his way through everything. So we have the gameplay of playing the Devil May Cry super ridiculously powerful Death Doom. Yeah, exactly, Javez. And then we have the story of us essentially not being a character. And yeah, final stage, Alderaan. You want to go Star Wars-y with it? I already know exactly what I'd do with that. I would have your insert significant other person here on Alderaan. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a lover. It doesn't actually matter. It's someone who had a strong connection to Starkiller personally, back before the Force was pumped into him to the point where he went... That person has essentially lured him to Alderaan. He himself barely understands why he is there. Whoever that person is keeping him there to keep him away from the Alliance, to keep him away from people, to try and reach out to him and connect with him, and realizes, through the Force probably, that Alderaan is about to be destroyed. Alderaan is destroyed, both of them are dead, the end. Yeah, could just use Juno for that. Repurpose her. And the idea would for that to be a positive thing, by the way, like a clear, thank God it's over. Starkiller is at peace kind of a deal. And she loves him enough to not leave in order to, you know, make sure that he doesn't have to die alone. There you go. Boom. Done. Starkiller story. Cut. Print. I'll be in my room. Look, I don't got much. I don't know what you want from me. Hi, Nordomay. And yeah, turn Juno into an actual character. That'd be a nice benefit there, too. Yeah, Mockingbirds. God, that scene lives rent-free in my head, let me tell you what. They want an open ending. Well, of course they want an open ending. So I tell them to suck a dick. And I flip them off. And then I start punching them in the face until the blood stops coming out. God damn it, game. Don't do this to me. I mean, yeah, honestly, you want a sequel? Sure. So there's another Star Killer. Don't even be subtle about it. Don't even try to hide it. There's just another Star Killer. Somehow, Star Killer has returned. I mean, literally, Star Killer had several clones. I mean, we play as one of them in the second game, spoilers. So, like, yeah, done. Boom, we're good. There you go. You want your cheap sequel? There's your cheap sequel. Now I want to show off something, because I want to talk about how cheap this game is. This game's so cheap! Crap! Sorry, that's actually not what I mean. But I do want to show off something. Right up here, I want to say? Oh god, where was it? Yeah, sleeper activate. The post-credits, because we gotta have a post-credits, right? The post-credits thing is execute order 37.
I've seen you around Pyloons.
And this guy just kind of... No, it's a woman now, because we already had a guy, so now we have a girl. Woman shows up. I am ready to serve the Empire. And she just kills everyone in like a cantina or something, wherever she is. Make it playable, even. Let the player just play as a super ridiculous high-powered thing in a giant cantina just filled with targets. Time it. Put a timer on it so that players will want to massacre all those people as quickly as possible. Where the hell is it? I'll turn it around now. This might be it. It might not. No, yeah, this is it. Okay, so remember we talked about how this game had the open world kind of like dumped onto it? This is the clearest evidence I have for this being a thing. Because the kill plane is so short, it can't even acknowledge that relatively small jump down. What are you doing to my bed, baby bear?
I'm making it.
Well, I appreciate the help. Is there another reason you were up here trying to destroy my bed?
I'm not destroying it.
So, according to your mother, it's dinner time. A very, very early dinner time.
For you. Especially.
Now, your mother's saying something, but I can't hear her right now.
I can barely do it.
Could you ask her what she just said, please?
But I got it.
Please. Thank you for making my bed.
You want to take a nap in this now?
Downstairs, young bear.
Okay.
There's my sister.
I said it's not early. 5:30 is supposed to be about when we eat.
All right.
5:30 and 6.
Well, okay.
It hasn't been happening that way.
This is true.
Because ADHD.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been thinking about what to get. Oh, hang on. Here, let me unmute so they can hear your thoughts on this. The first thing she said when I showed her this was, yes.
I did. It's awful. And then he said the man bun was worse, and I said no.
I think the man bun is worse.
The man bun is not worse. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's glorious. Hang on, let's get the...
No, I think it worked with the poncho. Oh God, no, that's better.
Yeah.
You're right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we can really screw with this a little bit. Let's see.
No, I think the solid blue
Yeah,
is
actually,
perfect.
hang on. Whoops. There we go.
No.
No.
The dual same leather look. That was perfect.
Okay. That's that one, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just like, hey, look at me in my leather coat.
Yeah.
Except it's a vest and a shirt, but no.
Listen. God, that's so horrifying.
You need to play like that, Fenner. No.
I have already played as this. I specifically went out of the way to remove this outfit when we went to go meet our love interest for no particular reason.
I think, but like this guy looks like a lover.
That is a statement. Let's see what that is. Oh no! If we're doing that,
you have to have the man bun.
That's the man bun.
Yes,
yeah.
That's the man bun outfit.
That's the man bun right there.
Yeah. Oh God! And then he sniffed.
Yeah. Oh, that's so horrible. All right, let's get rid of all this.
It true then? Nicked that droid back from the raiders, did you?
I don't think we met.
Oh, blast. Sorry about that. Came at you like a rock, I did. Call me Ha. Been here longer than any of these greenhorns. Except Doma, and Gulu, and Guido, and old Toll, of course. But, she's... blast, there I go again. Cal, is it?
Right. This is BD.
Damn fine to meet you two. Damn fine. Oi, Cal. Good to see you.
Uh-huh.
Does any of this interest you? Yes, that's worthy of your attention.
The answer is no, Elazar. I sincerely doubt we can manage that.
Swiftness is a virtue.
First of all, I am entirely too old to play Luke Skywalker, and I don't have enough hair.
You seem to appreciate this.
With a wig. You ever wear a wig? I've worn a wig. They are not super comfortable.
Anytime. I'll be here.
They're coarse, they're irritating. They retain heat.
Get you another river?
And yeah, I do like how much the saloon takes off. I hope it's not going to get brutally murdered by, like, evil people, because that's something I could see them doing. I don't think they're going to. I think it's more likely that the other place, the Jedi Archive, is going to get nuked. Probably destroying the Archive itself in the process, if I were to guess.
Sense of foul presence. No, it couldn't be.
What?
There's something here.
What? Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Yeah, I don't want to try that on hard. Yeah, that... Ugh. Yeah, their timing is a little bit different than it was in Jedi Fallen Order. And they were already mean for what they were in Jedi Fallen Order. They only have like 3 attacks, but every one of them is different in terms of timing. And, hurts like hell. Just for funs. That's it.
I can do this.
How many seconds do you think I will last? Oh, Jesus Christ. 7. I lasted 7. Is that possible in lore? No, Eleazar. It's actually probably the single dumbest thing about The Last Jedi, objectively. Let's ignore everything else that's dumb about that film. That moment is extremely stupid. There's a reason they've never done it before or since.
See anything you like?
They've apparently done it since. Whatever, I don't even care at this point. Negative to wherever they've done it, because it's dumb. What is with that hair? Oh my god.
Can't go wrong with this.
You know a good deal when you see it.
We need a beard for that to work. There we go. It kind of works. Oh, right. As much as I'm fond of the pink, that was actually an accident, so... I'll go with that for a bit. Oh, don't make me go into it, Eleazar. It's actually a fairly long and complex topic. Hyperspace was extremely well designed until the sequel trilogy showed up. And that's all I'm going to say about that. When we get there for the reviews, I'll be giving it many negatives for world building for how much it breaks the setting. Don't even get me started about TIE fighters doing hyperspace skipping. I don't want to get down that road. Don't even get me started about arcing shots in space. I don't want to go down this path again. Having said that, have you ever seen the what do you call it? There's a YouTube video which is the lore accurate Holdo maneuver. It's hilarious. For what? Pillars of Snow? Also, who's Karen? Or Cages? Yeah, they called it hyperspace skipping, by the way. Their terms, not mine. Do I like Baby Yoda? No. I liked Baby Yoda. And then that stopped. I mean, Baby Yoda was actually very legit in Season 1 and okay in Season 2, and then just kind of kept going.
Be quick about it, eh?
What stone?
Which is sharper, stone or water?
I wouldn't fight a raider with water. That's what you're suggesting.
But is the river's course its birthright? Is this stone due its
You're practically drooling over this.
Interesting.
Attention, Dana. I think she's talking about some treasure.
So we can get an AoE blaster shot, a bouncer blaster shot,
I hope you're more decisive than...
a stunning blaster shot, the ability to slice and damage B2s, the ability to slice B1s, and the ability to slice probe droids.
This is boring. I'm bored.
It's a really good churro.
You know you're gonna buy it, so just buy it.
Let's see what happens for this one.
Use this.
All right. Try not to die.
I guess I can't, like, equip that. One extra stim for Cal. Stims will not refill to max until Cal rests. Yeah? Doesn't that already happen? Oh yeah, I was thinking about putting on fortification, but I don't have the slots for it. And I'm not sure where to get perk slots. Because RPGs sell Star Wars. It's something you could stamp onto a box. Mechanics. Oh, that actually makes sense. You're right, Plutonium. That is probably exactly what it means. Oh well, whatever. I said I would be going to dinner, and to dinner I will be going. Don't worry, I will then be spending the rest of my evening doing dishes.